And just like that, we're back again with another update on Kronos. Appreciate all the love from the Kronos community. From the bottom of my heart, you guys are amazing, and your support means the world to me. Let's take a look at what's happening as of October 6th, going into Monday morning. For the price of Kronos, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Looking across the board right now, especially over the last 1 hour, we did start on a little bit of a negative note, a little bit of a minor pullback on Bitcoin side of things, which has dragged the broader market down with it. But again, in a grand scheme of things, I'm going to continue to point out the weekly time frame for you guys. But let's take a closer look and see what's happening with Kronos right now. Kronos currently on the weekly time frame right now is still sitting at about a 9% increase, which is again not a bad thing. Price currently sitting at 20.7 cents, down about 2.5% in USD, Bitcoin, and ETH comparative. Valuation 7.2 billion, but the 24-hour trading volume only at 34 million. And the beauty of doing day-to-day analysis, sometimes the price does not appreciate, does not see a major change over the last 24 hours, but you can differentiate what is happening. And right now the volume is decreasing quite significantly. Obviously we're coming out of a weekend, that's something we want to keep in mind, but it's only sitting at 34 million, something we want to be obviously paying attention to. But before we get into any further, as always, you guys know, a quick disclaimer for you guys: anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. I'm going to highlight the dominance. You guys know we're going to be talking about the dominance no matter what day it is. Very important to keep in mind. And you can see dominance peaked out at 95. I'm sorry, not 90. Wow, did I say 95? Imagine, could you imagine 95% dominance? That would be insane. But we did go up to 59.35%. You could see this for yourself. Since then, the dominance has pulled back down, but nonetheless, we want to be paying attention that dominance is in this upward trend, and the reason for that is Bitcoin. So let's take a look at Bitcoin real quick, and then we'll pull out our Kronos chart. So BTC right now sitting at $123,600, but you can see Bitcoin has seen a little bit of a few swings over the course of the last few hours, and I will explain what I mean. So of course we reached an all-time high. Talk to you guys about that. Historic day, of course. Bitcoin retraced down to 122. We picked up again, came up to $124,400, but you can see we're kind of swinging here for Bitcoin, which is obviously dragging altcoins all over the place right now. But I think it's imminent. I think we're going to see this retest again and break out and start retesting all-time highs, and I'm anticipating all-time highs much quicker than a lot of people are realizing for Bitcoin. So right now, Bitcoin's still having its time, believe it or not. Altcoins still have not seen that altcoin mania. I mentioned that in my HBAR update as well, due to the fact that Bitcoin is having its run. And the Bitcoin's like, settle down, I'll show you who the king is, and Bitcoin still has a lot of momentum on its side. But once Bitcoin kind of tops out, which I think we're getting closer to, no one can really tell you, yeah, this is going to be the top or that is going to be the top. We're just going to see. I think Bitcoin still has a little bit more room to grow, but I think once the government's open, maybe that's when you see the flow going back into alts. That's my personal overall projection. We'll see what happens. If you're looking at Kronos right now, Kronos is currently sitting just below 21 cents. Again, if you're looking at it on an hourly perspective, I like what we're seeing. You're starting to see a nice consolidation forming here, especially above the 20.4 cents price point. Remember, the 20 cents price point is the psychological level for the price of Kronos. And one thing I want to point out, and I forgot to point out that to you guys, in our previous update, is since breaking above the 20 cents price point, which has been about 3-4 days as of now, you have not seen the price go below 20 cents. We came close to it, but so far the price has held its ground above the 20 cents key level, which is a very, very important to note, and we shouldn't be forgetting that whatsoever. Obviously, some resistance to be looking at for around the 21.4 cents price point. Breaking above there maybe takes us back up to the likes of, not maybe, I think, we do retest October 2nd levels around the 22.7 cents. And after that, going back to where we really need to be, which is, again, the 78.6 Fibonacci retracement level. A lot of people, are wondering whether or not I personally think we're going to see the price of Kronos retest its, level that we saw back on March. Did I just say March, guys? What's going on? I mean, August. I personally think yes. Once we get back in the 78.6 fib zone, we get back up to where we need to be. And we need to keep in mind last year when we saw the broader market see a major, parabolic move for altcoins, we did not even come close to, where we did just, last month, just 2.5 months ago. And that should tell you how much capital is flowing into Kronos right now. And look at the volume uptick. Never seen this much buying pressure coming in. So again, I like with the way things are still looking right now, but we're still not in the bull market zone. We need to be in the 78.6. But I think Kronos does have more legs for itself. Again, that's my own personal opinion. Only time is going to tell. But with the way things are going, with the treasury that is building for Kronos, and more institutional adoption, and if this becomes the biggest exchange in the U.S., obviously there's a lot of exchanges right now. There's a lot of competitors. Binance by far is the biggest exchange in the world, in my opinion. But in the US, if Kronos becomes the biggest one and a lot of institutions partner with it, and we do see more capital flowing in and TradeFi really start going with DeFi, that's where I think things really start becoming exciting. So this is where the excitement level really comes in for Kronos, but we got to take it one step at a time. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Love you all. See you later. Been Crypto ZX, and peace out.